Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Jordan Antonio Brown, and I'm giving you another daily dose of a jab. So what we're going to speak about today, we're going to speak about the game that just transpired, Real Madrid versus Benfica, or Benfica versus Real Madrid, whichever way you want to put it. Benfica were at home. They did as best as they could, to be honest. Obviously, the last game they actually played had nothing to do with this game. It was a group stage game, and it was probably one of the maddest games you can actually see from a fan's point of view. And you saw the goalkeeper at the end of the game score a mad goal and Mourinho run down the touchline. Today, it wasn't that kind of party, as the goalkeeper was well on his line because he had to stop Real Madrid scoring and his team conceding, as they were very busy in that game. I think Real Madrid had a few chances where on another day you would say they would definitely score those goals or those chances. And you would say Real Madrid of past year, when you had Real Madrid of Benzema, Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, those type of players there, you would say 100% those type of players would have buried that game 4-0. But I think this Real Madrid team, they're not as clinical. I think they play with their food a little bit too much. They like, just put the ball in the back of the net. It's like you are very talented and very good in your level of play when you're at your best, but I think the consistency, it shows sometimes where they aren't able to be that top level in front of goal. Obviously, before the goal, amazing players. You got Vinny Jr. I think he scored his second goal in 9 Champions League games. Obviously, for his standards, that's not too great, but the type of players, before they actually get to shoot or before they actually get to the goal, they're amazing. But when it comes to finishing, sometimes I look at it and I be like, but nowadays, obviously, stats and the numbers are very important. So that's why you pay the big money for those type of players. Mbappe, he is one of the players where he's proven in the past 10 years that he puts numbers on the board and he could put the ball in the back of the net. Vinny Jr., he's more of a winger and he's more of a creator, but I think he also can be a goal scorer, and I think that sometimes does let him down. But what a goal he actually scored from the edge of their box. He dribbled from the edge of their box inside the box and he's thrown it and then he's bent it in the top corner. What a goal. And then afterwards, what transpired after that? So after that, he celebrated. I don't even think he was antagonizing the Benfica fans, to be honest. I think he was just literally just celebrating, just saying, scored, I'm happy. Benfica fans didn't like it. And what did they do? Racial abuse. Probably in the corner, throwing things at him, swearing, all that type of stuff, which I understand is football and you're going to get that from a hostile crowd. But it was after the fact where the referee has then, I think he's booked him after that. And again, he wasn't antagonizing the fans. He was just celebrating a goal, which you're allowed to do. And then, of course, he's come over to the middle of the pitch. I think the players all trying to get under his skin, get in his ear. Listen, is that going to work? Maybe not. And then a player has covered his mouth like this. And to be honest, as soon as he went like this, I already knew he said something mad. Why are you covering your mouth when you're going up to a player? Why? What could you be saying that could be so mad or which could be so confidential that no one can see what you're saying? That's what I didn't really understand when I saw it. So I was actually kind of surprised when Vinny Jr. didn't react in that moment, because he waited for a bit and then he's run over to the referee and then he's gone. Yes, guys, this is a short interruption into the video. Please don't forget, subscribe, like the video, hype it if the hype button's there, and I appreciate it. Thanks. Pointed and said, did you hear what this guy said? The referee's never heard it. And I've been through this situation probably twice before, 3 times before in my career alone, and nothing ever gets done about it. To say that something should get done about it, of course, it's racism, but it's always said, she said. And obviously I know in that situation what has been said, but how people think in this day and age, people, you see online, the comments on X and whatever, you see people, they don't actually really believe in racism. They think it's like a fairy tale thing that it just happens and no one really speaks about it, but it happens all the time. And only people like myself who's been through it, or people who have been through it, are actually going to be a testament and have a testimonial to speak about it. And that's why you need to speak about it as much as possible to put these uncomfortable conversations in the limelight and at the forefront, because otherwise it's going to get swept under the rug. And that's how it happened in the game. Obviously, a racist remark was said. Vinny Jr. has walked off the pitch, and Jose Mourinho, I'm not sure what was said between him and Vinny Jr., but if I was Jose Mourinho, and listen, it's hard when your own player has said it, and also in that stage, I'm not going to make people be a certain way. Everyone, whoever they are, but Jose Mourinho has apparently always been an advocate for against racism, anti-racism, whatnot. I think in that moment, I think a bit more solidarity could have been shown, because it just seemed like this is just a regular occurrence and everyone was just like, this happens all the time. It wasn't a shock. That's what kind of vibe I got, that it wasn't like, oh, rah, he said that. And that was his own player. Obviously, Argentine player, allegedly or apparently, Argentina and Brazil have a very fierce rivalry between each other. I don't know if anything to do with nationalities was said or anything like that. But if it was racial, listen, book should be thrown. And how do you get over something like this, to be honest? Do you have to take a lie detector test maybe? Because that's the only way that someone could actually get proven that they said it. Because like I said, he's gone like this. He's put his t-shirt over his mouth so no one can actually hear or see what he said. And it's just he said versus she said. That's really what it is. So what happened else in the game? Real Madrid, they hung in there in the first leg. Obviously, they didn't really concede any chances, to be honest. I didn't think Benfica looked like scoring. Real Madrid, they had a few chances where I think on another day they could have buried it and put it home. And that's what I saw in the first game against Benfica in the group stage. Real Madrid, again, they're not clinical enough. The only one I can see who's really clinical enough is Mbappe. Obviously, in this game, Vinny Jr., he stepped up and he came with a very clutch goal. But other than that, who's going to be putting the ball in the back of the net? Bellingham, he didn't play, he didn't feature in the game. Arda Güler, he looked a little bit lively, but again, it's your time. You got to step up. Don't leave it to someone else. He got subbed off. Brahim Diaz, he's come on. Who else has come on? A couple other players have come on. I think Real Madrid, they'll be happy with that result, going back to the Bernabeu. But I think to win the Champions League this year, I don't really see it. Don't think they're that level team that I've seen in previous years. But let me know what you guys thought of the game. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Did the guy say it? What do you reckon? Did he say it? Did he not? Listen, if I'm hedging my bets, I reckon he said it. But hey, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.